We weren't gonna miss our friends getting married.
Who got married?
You did?
TV shows are able to shoot multiple takes to get the right shot, but many of the best moments from Friends didn't end up using the perfect take at all. From Chandler's cabinet bing, Rachel's awkward hangover, and lots of very literal monkey business, the show has plenty of unscripted moments that contribute to making it so memorable. Let's have a look and see how good your Friends trivia is.
You're funny.
I'm funny? Oh, thank God.
To start us off, we have to acknowledge the talent of the dummy prop. It definitely gets the perfect reaction from Rachel in this scene. Actors David Schwimmer and Cole Sprouse didn't tell Aniston about the dummy trick before filming. Appropriate, considering the episode was about playing jokes on each other. Understandably, Aniston was shocked by the joke, and she even shouted, Christina Applegate's comedy chops and sassy remarks bring so much to scenes, it feels like she's a regular. The trouble she has with Phoebe and baby Emma's name makes it obvious that she's definitely not, though. What makes it even funnier is the fact that Applegate was actually struggling to get it right.
Phoebe.
Oh, that's a funny noise.
To be fair, Phoebe can sound odd if you don't know that it's a name.
Phoebe!
Why does she keep making that noise?
We definitely swoon every time Paolo is on screen, even more so when he is letting the Italian flow.
Guarda la luna, guarda le stelle.
The perfect romantic language for the very suave man. That being said, all of Paolo's Italian dialogue was a surprise, since the writers let the actor do his thing and romance the heck out of Rachel.
Guarda tutte le cose belle.
Sorry, Ross, but we definitely prefer Paolo's over yours.
Would you please just...
Chandler definitely binged himself in this hilarious scene. Honestly, we're not sure whose reaction is better, Aniston trying to stifle her laughter or Perry with his stoic yet very defeated look. It's pretty wild that the beloved sitcom had both Billy Crystal and Robin Williams appear in the central perk. What's crazier is that the scene wasn't even meant to take place at all. That's right. Crystal and Williams were actually filming something else nearby, and after swinging by the set, it was decided that they should appear in the show.
Do you mind if we sit?
Yeah, could you scooch? Keep on scooching.
The morning after Ross and Rachel's wild night in Vegas brings some pretty rude awakenings.
I'm just glad we didn't do anything stupid,
she said. It may seem harsh, but drunkenly getting married is pretty rough. It would definitely make a normal hangover that much worse. While Matthew Perry was known for being a master improviser within scenes, even he had a hard time keeping it cool with this one.
All right, look. I'm gonna need an actual answer here, okay?
The paper bag grab was rehearsed, but in the moment, Perry grabbed it with far more vigor than usual. This is a scene that easily could have been redone, but the beauty of Friends was that they kept the spontaneous moments they were gifted on set.
Donald Trump wants his blue blazer black.
Here we have an example of the classic word slip-up. While they could have moved on, the rest of the cast joined in for the fun and used the opportunity to ridicule the clever Chandler Bing. In Perry's defense, it is a bit of a tongue twister. Can you say blue blazer black 3 times fast? Or wait, blue blazer back?
Blue blazer back. He wants it back.
Did you know Marcel appeared in 8 episodes? That's more than most guest actors, and honestly, we're not surprised. While it's one thing to improvise with skilled actors, it's hard to beat the spontaneity of a live monkey. While the monkey was well trained, it definitely threw actors for a loop every now and then by, monkeying around.
The monkey just goes right to the ceiling.
While Ross does a great job at not being a great bagpipe player, it's Phoebe who steals the scene in this one. Actress Lisa Kudrow brings her best smelly cat vibes here. She's definitely testing all the actors in this scene with the wild wailing. Just look at them trying not to laugh. While many of the unscripted moments that made the final cut were comedic, every now and then, Friends really tugged on the heartstrings with tender and vulnerable scenes.
We're great together. You can't deny it.
This scene is a definite tearjerker. While the dialogue in the scene was planned, the tears welling up in Carol's eyes weren't. Those special, real moments definitely contributed to making the Friends series so memorable. Are they on a break? Are they not on a break? After a while, it got hard to keep track. But when Ross was marrying Emily, he was definitely on a break with Rachel.
Take the Emily.
Take the Rachel.
Talk about a major Freudian slip. It's pretty obvious who he was going to be on a break with after that flub. While the name mix-up in this scene wasn't improvised, it was inspired by a flub that Schwimmer had made in a prior scene, and the writers scooped it up, turning it into comedy gold. While some flubs are obvious, this one definitely passed through the cracks in editing. It's quite subtle, but if you listen very carefully, you can hear that Chandler doesn't say man, but Matt.
I'll see you, man.
Hear that? Definitely a T sound.
Supposedly.
Loads of Chandler's sarcastic lines are ridiculous, and we're not sure how he comes up with some of these zingers. Did you know this was actually only meant to be a scoff? Leave it to Perry to bring this very, very random line to the scene.
You have to stop the Q-tip when there's resistance.
No need to clean your ears. That really was a Q-tip analogy. This improvised bit was actually one of Perry's favorite lines from the series. Whenever we're surprised, the first thing we do is grab a lamp, because that makes so much sense. Right? Okay, maybe not. But for whatever reason, that was David Schwimmer's instinct. While Schwimmer offered up the weird, unscripted moment, it was Matthew Perry who really milked it and made that scene so enjoyable.
She's talking.
How you doing, Joey? Not so hot, apparently. While the sling in this scene was written in, it was only because it had to be. After suffering a very real injury, Matt LeBlanc was stuck in a sling and the writers had to work with it.
Did you tell the doctor you did it jumping up and down on your bed?
It is a very Joey reason. Let's be real. We know Joey would absolutely jump on a bed with so much enthusiasm he would actually injure himself. If Rachel hadn't left Barry Farber, viewers would never have had the chance to witness the on and off again madness of Ross and Rachel. However, the truth is, Rachel never left Barry Farber at all. The man she left was Barry Finkel.
I know that some girl is going to be incredibly lucky to become Mrs. Barry Finkel.
We're not quite sure why they would have changed his name after the pilot, but we're glad she left Barry anyway, whatever his last name might have been. In the heartfelt final episode, Matthew Perry didn't miss a beat to throw in a final sarcastic Chandler line.
Okay, should we get some coffee?
Sure.
Where?
Obviously, they'd be going to Central Perk. Except the irony of this line is that they actually couldn't. By that point in filming, the famous set had already been taken down, so the comment wasn't actually that sarcastic. It feels appropriate that the series ended with an off-the-cuff line from one of our favorite friends. This scene in the UK with guest star Richard Branson may not seem unscripted, as it's nothing too out of the ordinary. The fact is, most of this scene was actually improvised since Branson reportedly didn't have time to learn his lines.
You're gonna make me choose between you and the hat? I choose the hat. Good choice.
In the first season, Monica's apartment number is 5. Throughout the rest of the series, she mysteriously ended up living in apartment 20, despite not actually moving apartments. The reason for this change was that the view from her apartment wasn't believably a lower floor, so the creators decided to move Monica up in the world, quite literally, to fix the mistake.
Do you realize that at one time or another, we all lived in this apartment?
Did you know about any of these bloopers? Which was the most surprising unscripted moment? Let us know what you think in the comments. Time to hit those like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss a thing from us here at The Things.